Today we're going to talk about text alignment in Microsoft Word. I'm using the online version of Word 365. So let's get started. To begin with, we're going to start as always with selecting the text we would like to align. I'm going to use the shortcut key, Command or Control A, depending on what platform you're using. And then we can find the paragraph text alignment shortcuts up here in the ribbon in the home section of the ribbon. If you hover your mouse over them, you see a little pop-up menu appear that tells you what that type of alignment is. Left which is your default alignment, will line up all of your text right straight to your margin, creating a nice almost a line that you can kind of see with the beginning of each letter. Of course, on the other side, that makes it ragged. So this is equally pleasing to the eye and a little bit messy to the eye. You can also center align your text, which creates kind of an invisible line in the middle. Looks unfortunately ragged on both sides, with the lines not ending perfectly straight. There is limited use for center align. However, in MLA format, we do center align the title. So sometimes you may want to center align part of your text, but not necessarily all of it. Let's go back to select all of our text. There's also a right alignment. Now, why this is discouraged in English is we tend to read from left to right. Now, when your eyes get to the end of the line, your eyes has to go down and hurry back over to the next line. Now, the problem with that, sorry about that spell check feature that keeps popping up. The problem with it needing to come down and over to the next line is with the next lines each starting in a different place, that actually will slow down the reader. That's why when we're dealing in English, we like to have the left edge of our text flush or straight so we can find the next line of our text quickly, and it speeds up our ability to read large amounts of text. Now, a specialty alignment we have is this last one, that is justify. So let's select justify for a minute. Now, when you do this, it looks like it's left alignment because everything on the left lines up. But if you take a good look on the right side, it also looks like it's right alignment because everything lined up nice and straight on the right as well. The way it did this was it took the spaces in between the words, and for some lines it added a little more space, and some lines it subtracted a little more space, so it could line up nice and flush on both sides. Now, if your column width is wide enough that it doesn't look too obvious that we're putting more space in between the words, then this can be a very pleasing look to the eye. If you're dealing with thin columns, this doesn't look quite as nice. So to summarize, your types of text that are easy to read are left and justify. We will also use center on rare occasion for maybe something like the title. And we're only going to be using right alignment if you have a very specific reason to do so, like maybe a teacher told you to do that. Now, I have set this to left alignment for my header, center alignment for my title, and justify for my body. This is the setting I recommend for MLA format. Technically, I believe you can be justified or left and be acceptable, but let's make it look as nice as we can. So this is aligning your text in Microsoft Word. In addition to being able to use these shortcuts, if you go into the paragraph commands dialog box, you'll also see a pop-up menu here where you can pick the same choices.